Hey y'all, it's your girl T. Let's get into today's video. I'll be telling y'all about the time that I was basically backstabbed by a friend. Basically baby girl lied to my face about a situation involving my now current boyfriend. But while I'm talking about that, I will also be doing my makeup just so y'all don't have to hear me ramble. These are the palettes that I will be using, okay? But before I get into this, y'all go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and go ahead and share this video. And then we're going to comment at the end, all right? Roll the intro. Okay, y'all. So this happened December 2020. Yeah. Basically she calls me one day like asking me to come pick her up, right? And there's so much that goes into this, but I'm trying not to make this story too long. But she calls me one day asking me like, hey, can you come pick me up? And I'm like, come pick you up? Like, what the fuck is going on? I was watching my baby brother and sister at the house by myself, and it was cold. So I was like, I don't really want to get them out of the house. Like, what's going on? And basically, I'm going to call her Hannah. But Hannah tells me, so I just got kicked out. And I'm like, the fuck did you just get kicked out for? Like, what just happened? And so she's telling me that her parents kicked her out because they found out she was gay and all of this other stuff. And I'm just like, oh fucking wow. Okay. In the midst of all of that happening, she my auntie comes home, because for those of y'all that don't know, I say my auntie comes home. And I asked her, like, hey, is it okay if she comes over? Like, I still wasn't able to go and get her, but I asked her, like, can you find a ride over here? And I asked my auntie if you can stay over here. So lo and behold, she gets a ride over here, and she stayed here for about a week. While she was here, she ended up meeting my first love. And me and my first love, we met when I was like 14 years old. We have been very, very close ever since then, and we are now back together. But she met my first love because he was getting ready to move to Nevada, and he was just trying to come and see me as much as he could. Like, he was moving in January, it was December, so he was trying to come see me as much as he could before he left to go to Nevada. Okay, cool. So during that time, like, while me and him are hanging out, like, of course, she's over here because she's staying over here. She stayed over here only for about a week. But just for that time period, he came to see me, like, it was a week. He came to see me at least 4 times, y'all. We was sitting in the car, and my first love decided to call his brother and told him, like, basically, I got this, you know, come slide. I got this little chick over here for you. And so he slides, they hit it off, and we go somewhere. We come back, and they kissing in the backseat. You know, just like, oh, okay, shit, that worked out. So for the next few days, I think it was like maybe one day that they came over there. Me and my first love was basically wingmen because we wasn't even planning on seeing each other. They just wanted to see each other. So yeah, we ended up like really just being women in their plan. But they ended up screwing, and it was just all good, well, and fine with me. Like, I really didn't give a fuck. Like, that's none of my business. She ends up like moving out with a family member and getting some stuff together, and we fast forward, not even, I won't even say a few weeks, y'all. It was like a few days later. It was like a few days after Christmas. I get a call from her out of the blue, and she goes, I'm at your man's house. Now, mind you, like I said, at the time, me and my first love were not together. We're together now. We were not together then. And so I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? What man? And she's like, yeah, I'm at your man house. So she was like, yeah, I'm at Tavon's house. Tavon is not my man's. So mind you, like, we're not together, but we are very, very close. Like, he's literally been my shoulder to cry on for years. Like I said, I met him when he was 14. We have literally been talking to each other ever since. Like, that's my first love. And so I'm like, what the fuck are you doing at Tavon's house? And she's like, oh, nothing. I was just sleeping on his couch and da 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 da. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I get home because, like, me, my auntie, my sister, my brother, we all went to see some, like, Christmas lights. Even though it was after Christmas, we went to see some lights. I get home, chilling in bed because I'm kind of recovering from being sick. And she calls me again and she's like, hey. No, she's texting me, actually. Basically, she's texting me saying how the dude, she told me that she was over at Tavon's house to meet his brother, which I know how they go. That's kind of weird. That was fishy to me. I knew someone told me there was a lie, but she's telling me like, oh, the dude is ignoring her and basically he's acting like she don't exist. She's like, I'm hungry. He's supposed to be taking me to get some food, but he's not doing it. So I'm like, oh, okay. And eventually I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna come get you. I'm gonna come get you and I'm gonna take you get some food because I don't like that. You know how certain dudes are, like, they'll sit there and when they're around like they friends, they act completely different. So I was just like, I really hope, that ain't what he doing. It's sitting here trying to act different because he around his little friends. So I go pick her up and it's literally just like a bunch of dudes. It's Tavon and a bunch of his friends. They just all sitting around laughing. So I come in the house. I literally sit on Tavon's lap. Not like, I realize now, every time I tell this story, I'm like, damn, I was kind of marking my territory. But like, that's really just how we interact with each other. So I really just sat on his lap because I could. And so he just sitting there chilling. And we talking. He was like, what's up? Like, what it do? And I'm like, I came to get her because she said she hungry. So that was really it, like, at his house. You know what I'm saying? I leave and take her to the nearest, because I was like, okay, so where do you want to go to get some food? I take her to the nearest fucking McDonald's because that's what she said she wanted. And as we're sitting in McDonald's parking lot, because she was like, okay, I have a friend that's coming to pick me up. Why couldn't his friend come pick you up when you... Okay, cool. But I was like, I'm not going to say nothing because I did volunteer myself to come get you. So it is what it is. So we sitting there waiting for the friend. And basically, I'm asking her, like, how did you wind up over there? Like, why were you over there? Why were you at his house? And she's telling me, well, yeah, like, the brother, Jamal, we won't call him Jamal. Jamal was like supposed to be getting off work and meeting her at his house. But like I said, I knew then that was fishy because that's just not what they do. Like, I've known him for a while and by that point in time, I've had a few interactions with their brother and they just don't be like sending people to their house. And mind you, like, yeah, he was screwing this girl, but they had only just met like a few days ago, like maybe a week ago. So I just didn't see him like sending him to his brother's house. I said it to say that very much was a fucking lie, but we're gonna get into that a little later. She finally tells me, yeah, I'm supposed to be meeting him once he got off work, but he got there acting like he didn't know who I was. And she was like, I had somebody drop me off at Tavon's house because, yeah, I was just supposed to be meeting him there. And I was just like, okay. Sorry to pause the story. I did a random color generator and the colors I got were lime, teal, pink, and purple. I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen, y'all, but I'm excited to see what the fuck I do. Back to the story. So the friend comes to pick her up, y'all, and I go back home. And as I'm sitting at home, nursing myself back to fucking health, I get a text message from her, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. The fuck, okay. And she's texting me saying, LOL, I'm connected to your Wi-Fi. Huh? How are you connected to my Wi-Fi? She's like, my friend, like the friend that came to get me, she lives in the same apartment complex as you. So you mean to tell me you literally wasted not only my gas, but this girl's gas, because we literally came from the same place to come and get you. That shit pissed me off so bad, y'all, because I was just like, if anything, I could have just really brought you back home, or you could have called her to come and get you. But okay, cool. So after that happens, maybe a few days after that, I'm like, okay, well, I got her side of the story. Let me get my first love side of the story, because like I said, we're close. I don't believe that, you know, oh, my first love wouldn't lie to me. I don't believe that shit. But what I do believe is, like, he's fairly honest about a lot of different stuff. So I was just like, let me ask him, see what happens, see if the stories match up. Well, y'all, they did match up. So a couple of days after that, I end up getting in contact with my first love. And I'm like I go over there to see him, because like I said, that's at this point in time, we're really trying to see a lot of each other, because he's getting ready to move. I go to his house, and while I'm there, you know, we just really having casual conversation. And I'm like, let me ask him about this, just to see if they stories line up, because something was just fishy about the story that she was trying to tell me. Like, it just wasn't making sense. I'm like asking him, like, so what happened, how we ended up over there, like how she ended up like at your house on your couch sleeping. He tells me she asked if she could come over. Completely different from what she told me. Now she told me that her and what I said what name was Jamal, her and Jamal planned on meeting there. Not that she asked him. Like, okay. So I'm like, you sure that's what happened? Because that's not what she said. He was like, yeah, that's what happened. Fuck, I left him. Then he calls Jamal and was like, hey bro, so you know what happened? Because I say that they brothers, y'all, but they really not brothers. They really just best friends. I forgot to elaborate that. But he's like, hey bro, you know, what happened when Hannah came to my house the other day? And he was like, I don't really know what happened. I just know I pulled up over there and she was over there. Now, let me tell you something. I don't really be believing what men say, because I just know that men gonna lie for their homeboys. But he was like, yeah, I just know that she came over there when I was over there. And I was like, I mean, she was over there when I came over there. And he was like, I really didn't know like that there were gonna be any plans. I just knew that she was over there for real. And so I was like, that's when I told them like what she said and how she was like, yeah, she's supposed to be meeting him. And he was like, fuck no, like she was texting me, I wasn't responding to her, and she got mad. She sent me a text saying, I'll be at your brother's house if you want to win. And normally I wouldn't believe that if I didn't have the screenshot to prove it. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh wow, like I'm getting all the tea from them, and I'm just like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. So they like, my first love is asking me, Tavon is like, so what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna confront her about it? I'm like, I don't know. It's just, why would you lie? Like, why would you lie to me? You know what I'm saying? If I feel like if you didn't have any malicious intent, you would have told the truth. And so I was like, I don't know, but it's just useful information to have right now. Lo and behold, a few months passed, like Tavon and Jamal, they both leave to go to Nevada. They both left to go to Nevada, and in like May, they came back. Tavon came to see me. She was taking me to go get some food. And so like we're sitting down like in the car just chilling, because we went to Crystal. For those of y'all who don't know, our Crystal is 24 hours. So it's like think 11 o'clock at night. And he's like, why the hell do you want Crystal? And I'm like, that's the only thing that's open, for real, for real. But then he was like, well, why not get Del Taco like your friend? I'm like, friend, what you talking about? He was like, Hannah. I said, how you know that Hannah be eating Del Taco? Because mind you, I didn't even know this. I don't like Del Taco like that, so I don't really know like who be eating it or not and who don't. So I'm like, how did you know that Hannah liked Del Taco? He said, well, I took her. I was like, when the hell did you take her to Del Taco? He was like, a few days ago, she asked to link, so I did, and I took her to Del Taco. So I was like, oh, that's okay, cool. I kid you not, it was almost as if we spoke that girl up, because almost immediately after that, I get a call on my phone, and who is it? It's Hannah.